Ladies and gentlemen, it has been brought to my attention that Rolling Stone, the renowned music publication, has authored a list of the 100 greatest songs in the history of Korean pop music, and I hereby tender my humble opinion on some of the placements. Keep in mind, this list came out in July 2023, and it's already been revealed that New Jeans is on here, despite debuting in August of 2022. So make of that what you will. Starting off with Akmu, 200%. Love to see it. Love to see some Akmu appreciation. This one's a banger. 98 Vic's Shangri-La. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's only going to be one song per artist on this list, and if that's the case, there are numerous Vic's tracks that are far better than Shangri-La, right? Era is probably not going to be on this list, and that song is a must. Okay, Love Song at 97. I get it. I wouldn't have it that high just yet, but it'll probably get there eventually. Pentagon's Shine at 94. It makes sense in the context of this list. That song was absolutely huge, but I wouldn't call it a top 100 K-pop song of all time. Me Gustas 2 at 91 should be a lot higher. Definitely higher than Nick's Level, wouldn't you say? I mean, everybody remembers Nick's Level for its unconventional structure, but when it comes to the fusion of multiple genres and very distinct segments into one song, there are a few artists, notably from SM, that have done it better. Like, if Nick's Level is on the list, then I Got a Boy has to be as well. And on that note, TVXQ's Rising Sun also. Dekal Komani, nice. If you had to put a Mamamoo song on here, it should be this one. I'm not convinced that it's top 100, but it's definitely a classic, I would say, so great choice. Taemin Move, his biggest hit for sure. I much prefer the show-stopping flair of Danger or Press My Number for obvious reasons. Both of those I'd have in like the 60 range, but you know, Move really is the track that Taemin is almost synonymous with, so I understand why they would go with that instead. God's Menu. You're gonna go with God's Menu instead of Miro? No, absolutely not. Get out of here. Anti-Fragile at 79? What are we doing here? It's not even a year old. Okay, got 7, just right. Yeah, I think A is better, but just right is cool too. It's a top 3 got 7 title track in my opinion. Up and Down, sure, absolutely iconic. Memorable and suggestive choreography aside, it's a fantastic song as well. Dramarama, Hero is better. Love Scenario. Honestly, indelible track. It's mind-numbingly simple yet super catchy. It basically dominated 2018 along with Shine, so both of those appearances don't surprise me at all. And yes, Love Scenario sounds like this cheery bop, but if you look at the lyrics, it's a very different story. Black Hat Nero, hell yeah. 17, very nice indeed. Definitely deserves to be on this list. Sister Alone, absolutely essential. I'd put this in like the top 30 at least. Bang Bang Bang, okay. To My Boyfriend, oh, we are on a roll here. This band is called Crying Nut. Catalina at number 60. It's difficult to factor in Catalina in discussions of all-time great tracks because the song is just so out there. It's so unabashedly novel that it's easy to overlook the actual merits of the song. It's certainly one of the most iconic comebacks ever in all aspects, so this feature is totally fine by me. Cherry Bomb, yeah, pretty sure it is just one song per artist at this point. In terms of like the representative sound of NCT 127, that's more, combative and hip-hop oriented. Cherry Bomb is definitely one of the better cuts. Personally, I would have loved to see Highway to Heaven or even Limitless here, because 59 is pretty darn high for Cherry Bomb, considering the many classics that it ranks above. I Need You, yes sir! This is pretty close to where I'd rank it as well. I'd probably have it in the top 50, but yeah, absolutely essential. The Chaser at 51. should be way higher. 50 spots higher, to be exact. Like, you're not seriously putting Girlfront above The Chaser. All due respect to Odd Eye Circle, but is it remotely on the same level as the transcendent and otherworldly experience that is Infinite's The Chaser? I beg to differ. Poppy, 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 poppy. Put your hands up, put your hands up. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, Miss A, Bad Girl, Good Girl. Was wondering when we'd see it. Here it is, a flawless track, widely considered one of the best debuts by a girl group. Amen to that. It's a wannabe. Just talked about this not too long ago. It's a great track, but is it the 39th greatest of all time? Better than Bad Girl, Good Girl? I doubt it. Rainism, Puro laughs at us, nice. EXO Growl, okay, I would imagine this placing pretty high. For me, Growl is just one of those universally loved classics that I never really came around to. I think it's good, but for a song called Growl, it's rather tame, and also it doesn't feel as groundbreaking or monumental as like a Mama or a History, which both of those I would put in the neighborhood of the top 20. All of that goes to show that EXO released some of their greatest works very early on in their career. 33? Come on. You cannot name 5 songs better than Into the New World, let alone 32. Carter Mister? Oh yeah, we gotta have Carter. If it ain't gonna be Step, then it's gotta be Mister. Or Mamma Mia would work as well. Hats off to the second generation icons. It's a perfect song. SES getting some love. Their debut right here. It's amazing. It's great. So far this list has done quite well in acknowledging a lot of legends and pioneers, a lot of first generation acts. Neurotic, gotta have a TVXQ nod in here somewhere. I guess Neurotic is their most acclaimed and enduring hit, but they do have some others that I think are more technically ambitious and cinematic. Not that Neurotic isn't, it certainly is. I don't even know what I'm saying. Let's just move on. Abracadabra at 21. Sheesh! One of the greatest K-pop songs ever made. That is for sure. It's a fire pick. Ditto at 19? Talk about jumping the gun. And I thought Anti-Fragile being 79 was outrageous, but this is just, look, I have nothing against Ditto as a song, I have nothing against New Jeans, but you can't take a song that's a mere 7 months old at the time and label it a top 20 track in K-pop history. Like, right next to Boa's number 1? Ditto is not even good enough to warrant this high a placement, but even if it was like an all-time great track, the recency alone should bar it from entering anywhere above the top 90. Like, my number 1 song of 2022 was SNSD Forever One, and despite having now graduated to flawless in my books, if I were to make a list today, that song would probably barely crack the top 100. I think longevity should really play a big part here, especially when your list is full of these classics that have proven to be timeless and will enjoy replayability for years and years to come. You just can't, like, that's just not allowed. Okay, then after that we have FX's Four Walls. It's a curious pick, to say the least. I thought they might have chosen to highlight some of the more avant-garde and experimental tracks that FX has done, because Four Walls, as good as it is, it's one of their most straightforward singles, and 17 is overrating it quite a bit, although I will admit SHINee's View, the predecessor to Four Walls, I'd rank it about this high as well, so I guess it's a matter of bias. Speaking of SHINee, here they are at number 16 with Lucifer. If you're gonna pick just one SHINee song, you're gonna go with this. If not Sherlock, I obviously think both of them deserve to be on a list of this magnitude. TT at 15 is crazy. Above Lucifer, Red Flavor, Sorry, Tell Me. We're just getting into like ultra classic and ultra famous, well-known and beloved territory here. Of course, the one that started it all, it's a banger. I'm the Best, of course. Okay, Big Bang is the exception to the rule, it seems. And what better than Haru Haru? Not much else can be said about it. It's a flawless track, no doubt about it. Top 10 is pushing the envelope a little, I think, but I wouldn't disagree with, say, top 20 or even top 15. No! Like, commercially, maybe, if we're strictly considering numbers, maybe it would be 6th all time, but in no universe and by no other metric is Do better than Haru Haru, I'm the best, and all the rest. It has 2 billion views, and that's all it has going for it. Good Day, Candy, and G is number 1. So very safe, very agreeable choices as we round out the list here. So some general thoughts. There's very little justification as to why certain songs deserve to be ranked so high. Half of the picks are not like modern day mainstream songs. Like, we've got cuts dating back to the 1920s. So I think this article would have been more aptly titled the top 100 songs in Korean music history, because it showcases loads of songs predating the birth of contemporary K-pop, as they mentioned in the intro. But thanks to this broad scope, I also pulled some very nice retro bops. Ideally, with a list of this kind, you try to strike a balance between notoriety and quality, but here I think Rolling Stone ended up prioritizing the former when it should be the other way around. I think they placed a far greater emphasis on factors like influence and cultural significance rather than, I guess, evaluating the overall impressiveness of the production. Anyways, that will do it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel for more great content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.